Hello, welcome back. Welcome back to me. I'm super stoked to be here live today. It's been a while. My computer got fixed, and so I was excited. There's been so much going on, and kind of took a break away from social media the last few days for the most part. Did a little bit on IG, and we've been doing the podcast on Sundays and Wednesdays. So check that out. I talk a lot Sunday and Wednesday about collective energies, what's going on. Did some channeling and chatting. Hi, Mark. With Atlantis and bringing a bit of the past to the present for some deeper understanding of what's all happening. But I definitely, my guides were very much, stay in my space, stay in prayer, meditation for the most part. This isn't the fight yet, kind of thing was coming through from my team of light workers. It's coming, but this isn't quite the fight that we have been and are preparing for. I feel like that is September, after the summer, but this full moon is going to be something else, and this month of June is going to be something else. A lot of shit going down, I feel, in so many ways, right? So what I wanted to do today is just a collective reading. Oh, I know, right? Woo. I've had the whole week up to today, from last Thursday probably to today. I've definitely been feeling it, and it's just a lot. And so, yeah, full moon, lunar eclipse, then we've got Gemini season, we've got retrogrades, we've got planets moving in and out of retrogrades in June, solar eclipse and Cancer season. And so there's just cosmically all that energy is, being played out here in our physical world. So today I kind of felt guided to focus on the full moon and lunar eclipse energies, just do a collective reading, nothing with you, your person. May talk a little bit and look a little bit in terms of divine masculine, divine feminine energy, because that is definitely one of the roots that will be coming to the surface of the feminine. And, also that I feel this is a internal battle, an ego versus soul battle. Nothing outside of us. It's everything outside of us reflecting our belief systems, right? Even past life experiences. So again, why on the podcast, Tara and I are doing a lot of past life work in terms of the collective to kind of connect those dots. And it's been a lot of fun to do that. All right, let's get some overall energies of this full moon, lunar eclipse. Spirit, for the collective full moon, lunar eclipse energies. What do you want to share with us? Full moon. Okay. Lunar eclipse. And I know it's just Mark right now, but for those of you who join or watch, it's collective, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Take it as it resonates for you. It is a collective reading and energies I'm looking at, so I love this. It's so fucking rad. Woo! Okay, let's get one more. Let's do 4. There's something with 4 right now. It's a 4 year, and today I was like, what was coming in was this summer is almost like the 4 elements crashing together. Does that make any kind of sense, Mark? Because I kept getting this message of we're going to be seeing all 4 elements colliding. It was pretty crazy. I was like, So let's get one more. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. I'm going to leave that one actually. All right. Let's go over indecision on the bottom. This is where we're at, right? The fork in the road. Which direction do we go? And again, I'm gonna come at this collectively. So take it as it resonates for you. All of us, whether individual or collective, we have big decisions coming up. And this full moon and lunar eclipse are going to reveal a lot of information and truth that was needed to make these decisions. And that's what's underlying right now. And I feel like it's super right on, of course, of that's where we're all at, is at this crossroads of remain or evolve, right? In one way, shape, or form. And we get, ooh, got itchy. Strategy. Perfect sense with indecision is now let's start planning. Which way do we go? I feel like with this strategy too, it's a lot of communication that's going to be coming in of how we work things out, how we move forward. Two, with yin and yang, balance energies. This to me too is a lot of twin collective coming in, divine partnerships, soulmates, soul families, and partnerships with these twos are not just romantic. They're business partnerships, they're soul families coming together, uniting in order to bring this balance, which is ultimately energetically what we're doing, right? Is balancing the feminine and masculine energy. And it's fucking rad. And then we get journey, another two. So right off the bat, 4 twos, all those partnerships. That to me is really where we're at is again our relationships, right? That start with our relationships with self. It's very much an energy of making the choices, making the plans that align with our highest good, that we're aligning with people, you know, that are helping us on our journey in order to balance energies as within, so without. And this literally could be traveling. Again, we're in summertime here in the United States, and it's a big time to travel. Also, quarantine is kind of lifting, right? Things are starting to get back to normal a little bit. Again, for the collective, in terms of twin flame and soulmates, definitely, again, an energy of unions, right? And that is, of course, divinely timed and planned. And I have a feeling that many twins right now are kind of going, ah, you know, like dots are starting to connect in the whys and the timing and all of these things, because when those unions happen between twins, soulmates, and soul families, this uniting of light is what the power is. And so we again are preparing for what's coming. These events, Corona, the race war, bullshit, it is all, it isn't even, it's just again the beginning, as I've been saying for quite a while, of a series of events that are going to be happening. And this is the journey. So some of us are stepping more and more awakening. That's definitely within the divine masculine collective. The masculine collective is starting to wake up, and it's a really beautiful fucking thing. And so it could be that with a lot of it collectively is spiritual awakenings, right? Divine partnerships, whether romantically, business wise, that kind of thing, soul family. New journeys with that indecision, new roads to go down, new paths to follow. And then we got the garden and the gate with cornucopia. To me, and why I said I'd keep both of these, is because this is what that indecision is. This is what these choices are about, right? Is the light, is choosing to stay where we're at or choosing to jump out into the unknown, to expand our minds, to get in that abundance mindset, to be manifesting with this 11 here, this life that we are on this journey for, this creation of new earth and an ascended planet of ascended humans, right? So Love the 3 here too. Again, balance. This to me supports the whole big decisions are about to be made in terms of which path to go down, partnerships, and we're talking about lunar, solar, or lunar eclipse, full moon. To me, this is the thing. These are the things that are going to be revealed. The communication that's going to be happening of should I stay or should I go now? Which direction is it? Where do I feel happiest? Where do I feel most balanced? And really looking at and having some more clarity on that movement, on which direction to go. Highest good, right? Let's get some more messages. You know what? Maybe I'll pull a few tarot with these and see what else they want to say. Actually, let's mix it up a little. Tell us a little more about the strategy. Strategy? Okay. Queen of Swords on the bottom, Gemini season, a lot of truth, right? And sometimes that Queen of Swords can be a bitch. Sometimes when we are speaking truth from a place of detachment, it can sound really cold and uncaring. And that's at the bottom with those indecisions. And I feel like that's that cold, hard truth, right? Of which way to go. No matter how uncomfortable it is, I don't want to stay where I'm at. And that is not always an easy talk to have and an easy decision to make. It's when you have to be emotionally, well, not quite emotionally detached. You want to be, because you need those emotions to know which direction, know what feels best. But it's that too, that clear thinking about it. That's kind of with this strategy of being able to think clearly of what's best for me. Then we get the Knight of Swords. So communication with this strategy, fast, online, 4 of Cups, past returning. We're still 2 weeks in, Venus retrograde. This to me is a little bit of the past, and we have the Hermit too. Virgo energy, but inward energy is what this is about too, is, again, this, everything starts internally. As within, so without. You could be dealing with Virgo or air signs, and I'll throw it out there, but take that again as it resonates for you. Doesn't have to be. Hi, Kayla. This is, it feels to me like communication, and communication that possibly starts internally, right? And knowing what needs to be done. And now I'm going to speak it out loud to possibly a significant other, friends, family, whatever that is. Let's look at this yin and yang energy coming in with this full moon. Thank you, Spirit. Page of Fire. Could be a fire sign, but it's more about, and the 8 of Pentacles with the 10 of Fire again. Ending of cycles, communication, movement forward. Well, maybe a little bit. It definitely, there's those elements, right? I know Kayla just jumped on, but Mark, what was I saying? Like, they're all here already, like this. There's this, I don't know what that fucking means, but let's see. Because you guys heard me say it. There's something with the 4 elements that are just about to like collide. It's crazy. 8 of Pentacles. So hard work paying off. Could be with the Page of Fire and the 8 of Pentacles and this yin and yang. For many, it is something to do with work, career, passion, communication, and partnerships. I feel there is big shifts there again, as soul families are coming together, as people are awakening. It brings this shift in the work. It also, to me, is a little bit of the hard work being paying off, of feeling feeling balanced after this full moon, feeling possibly more passionate, and again, more wanting to speak out, speak your truth. I did say on the podcast, be wary and try to stay in a place of understanding with others, because with this full moon in Sag and the lunar eclipse plus Venus retrograde, communication could get really nasty, really fast. I get this feeling of things could escalate really fast. So, you know, when you're if you see that or are experiencing that, you know, take a step back, stay in that knowing that it's it's a whole lot of people with a lack of understanding, right? But hard work paying off is coming through, and this yin and yang again feels like it's one of two things. It feels very career and very you know, divine partnership kind of energy. Let's look at the journey. Ooh. I'll give us one more with that one. Thank you. Oh yeah. Yep. So funny. Love that. Five of Fire. Noise. This Five of Fire energy is all about right now, right? It's just noisy out here. And it's a whole lot of people judging. And if you're not doing or saying the right thing or anything, you're just an a-hole kind of thing. Messages all over social media, all over the place. It's just that Five of Fire is coming through as that nasty, icky shit going on, and that this journey is us moving away from that, and individually and collectively, of that comparing and competing programming that is being fed to us, and it's rampant right now, you know, and we get the death card with it. So go figure. Scorpio energy, I love in this deck, it's transformation. It is the death of doing these old programs. It is the old energy leaving, old belief systems, outdated belief systems, and moving into belief systems that are based in what? And I love that it's Buddha, based in unconditional love, based in love, in the heart space with that 10 of Cups energy. And that's what we're all being challenged to do individually, is make the choices from the heart. That's the decision. Is it easy? No, because we have to go through this every time. And I wish awakening was that one big fucking dark night of the soul and ego death, but that's not the way this shit works. It's layers after layers after layers of it peeling away to get here to the heart of everything. And that's what this journey is about. And I feel like this is very much, we're going to see more of this, right? These ego deaths, these more messages of from a place of love, from the message of the ascended masters of love thyself, love thy neighbor, right? Oh, I love it. Woo! I'm seeing a shift with all of this moon energy again. People really being challenged of how we speak to each other, how we speak to ourselves, and how we speak, you know, how that relates to how we speak to others, and a big shift of in how we communicate and where we want to go. Again, this walking away from doing things the same over and over and being stuck in cycles and patterns. It's enough of this fighting, right? It's enough of this humans doing this shit to humans. And that's what this transformation is about. It's that fucking Bob Marley, you know, one love, y'all. Let's look at this cornucopia and garden in the gate. Tell us about this energy. Yeah, the Sag energy is very much an energy of, let me take all of them, of, you know, Sag is standing up for yourself, standing up for the things you believe in. That's the first thing I heard when the Seven of Wands came out with this, right? Standing up for your beliefs, standing in the light, knowing that where abundance comes from, standing in truth, what individually for yourself, and then you know that once you are in that place for yourself, that's the change, right? As within, so without. Be the change you want to see. The mirror. It is very much a message of, again, a lot of communication, a lot of things being revealed. It's really important to stay in your energy, stand up for what you know, act in integrity. We get the Fool. Whether you feel foolish or not, it's taking that leap, that road less traveled energy, because what happens, and look at these on either side of this, does that shit get any better with the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Earth? Like, that's the ultimate. And we get Judgment. This is big. Judgment Day. Big decisions in that indecisive energy. This is where this will be the time, again, where things are revealed, things are communicated, things are shown that allow us to make a choice of what path we're going down. And it's almost, with all these major arcanas going on too, you know, it is very much the universe is supporting this. It's very much trust your intuition, trust your heart. Again, if you know it's the right thing for you, it's the right thing. Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. That's that. Oh, Ace of Air on the bottom too, with that Garden and the Gate. New beginnings, new communication, new ideas, right? With those swords, technology, innovation, all of those things coming through of, we're going to have to, this is going to start bringing and revealing that movement forward, what's needed for movement forward. It feels like to the starting of communication. Let's see what else Spirit wants to say. Collectively, what else can you tell us about the full moon, lunar eclipse energies? What we may experience during these full moon, lunar eclipse energies. Thank you. Deep knowing. Love that. The 7, the deep knowing, the inner knowing. Again, it's very much the lesson of it all starts within. Wow. Okay. Woo. We got no place like home. This is all about authenticity. Again, what was I just saying? It's about you. This is you know, divine sovereignty. This always starts with within, the light within, shining your light within, whether you stand alone, knowing that your human body, 1, is your home, and 2, Gaia, and any other home is temporary. The only 2 permanent homes we have in this lifetime is our physical body and the mother, right? And that's coming through as a shift in paradigm, a shift in belief systems of what home means, what home looks like. It's that root chakra that I've talked about before, of the shift in consciousness in the root chakra of what are you going to do for me? This mentality, this everything is outside of us. It's bringing it back. We're bringing it back and finding out everything starts within, that we have the power, that we are so powerful. They fear the day we know. They fear the day we stand in our authenticity and in truth, especially united. And I said it at the beginning, that's that the light is uniting. We get exchanging of gifts. This to me as a collective feels like that switch, that magic, and this feeling of surprise, fate, destiny this month, with like seeing those who, like, let's just say, light workers. Okay, those on the Ascension Highway have been through the shit for a long time. The pure souls, the good hearts, right, have been through the shit. Gaia has been taken and taken. The divine feminine, take from, take from, take from, right? So what this feels like to me collectively coming through and exchanging of gifts is all of a sudden it flips. And that hard work that was coming through, you get to see the results of being this, of being authentic, of doing the inner work, no matter how lonely and fucking crazy you felt and people thought you were. It's you getting back everything you deserve, everything you've given coming back to you during somewhere in here. Oh, mwah. Oh, I was hoping I'd see you. Love you. This is equal giving and receiving. This is what I just said. And we get that time to go. So garden in the gate, time to go. Very consistent messages of leaving some shit behind. That's leaving the past behind more than anything. How long can we pick at the same fucking scab? How long can we pick at the same wound? And you learn that in the healing journey, right? The warrior's journey, the healer's journey of, well, shit, you could go over and over and over and over. You can go back to it, back to it, back to it. And yes, we have to heal it at the deepest of levels. But at some point, we can't keep bringing the past up. We can't. We have to be here and how we're moving forward. We can't carry all of this shit that we've done, that's been done to us, keep arguing with each other. To me, that's where some of the communication is may get fucked up, is this idea of, y'all have been there. You have people, they just want to talk about it over and over and over and over and over again. And at some point, it's not getting solved, is it? So we have to either agree to disagree or whatever it is to leave that shit behind. This is that to me. This is that change again with the 4 root, 4, the heart chakra. This is that change of it's got to go. The pain, the suffering, the old energy. We don't need to carry this anymore at all. The materialism, all that glitters, the consumerism, the people valuing things instead of people, the fighting, like I said, that's nothing but ego fighting. That's what the battle is to me. World War III is here. It's spiritual warfare, and it's not you or us against others. It's ego versus soul. It's you against you. Isn't that what the awakening journey is? Is you battling that ego, right? Battling all of the programming of around, instant gratification and temporary band-aids and cover-ups and buying into the masks, buying into the illusions. What I'm getting, a lot of that is this full moon again, revealing that shit, and enough is enough. No more. I mean, this country has been doing this shit that's been going on in the past week since the beginning. How long? And it's repetitive, not just in the United States. How long does it keep going? I've thought that on my own journey. Like, how long do I have to keep reliving this fucking moment over and over? And here's the thing, I don't. That's here. This is the freedom of mental slavery, right? Free your mind. But how do we open the mind? Opening our heart. It starts with ourselves and calling ourselves out too, doesn't it? You've got to call yourself out. There's that Queen of Swords, that hard self-talk that's kind of like that tough love talk of, okay, you know, recognizing where these things come from, these programs, why we're being triggered by events outside of us. I told someone with peaceful protests, haven't we learned you can't have a peaceful protest with people who aren't at peace? And that starts with being at peace with yourself. So I feel, y'all feeling it coming through, like this full moon, lunar eclipse again, this whole month is all this kind of stuff going on, the revealing of truths, the waking up, the light bulbs going on, new decisions, cycles ending because we're choosing to do things completely differently than we've done in the past. And also because we've come to a place of we can't keep talking about it and it gets us nowhere. That Five of Swords energy that's what it's been feeling like to me lately, of these round and round things that like you can't win, right? So I don't know. Let's do some mystical shaman messages. What else with this full moon do you want to share with us? Oh my, you guys will not be surprised what comes out. Anything else with this? Going on collectively, messages to share for the collective. I think that's it. All right, let's see. Ooh, the drum. I love that. There's another 5, another 1. That's change in self. Change in the individual brings change in the collective, right? That's listening to the beat of the heart. Round and round, you see it in the news. Yeah, it never gets anywhere. And that's what I mean. And we've had those in our personal lives too, where, yeah, we can rehash it over and over and over. But if there's no solution, then there really isn't a problem. It's just shit we got to let go and move on, right? Forgiveness, there's that heart space, compassion. That's this drum, listening to the beat inside of you. It's that standing up for your beliefs, that Sag energy that you might really feel coming, or others are going to feel coming, and where we might have that kind of battling in communication. But the one that came out was Earth, and instantly 178 Earth. So here's what I heard: the self, spirit, Gaia, abundance, right? There's our 3: divine father, divine mother, divine children, kind of thing that I'm picking up. And this is about her. This is about Gaia, and it is about her people, right? But first and foremost, it is the healing of the feminine energies. That is what we're doing, is it not? We're balancing masculine and feminine. And I will tell you, that's one thing that's coming through again, is things we've been through that didn't get us anywhere. I'm curious where we've been for women, girls. Where have the protests been with deaths and rapes and sex trafficking? We have hundreds of Native American girls and women in this country who have been going missing for the past 5 years. No one said anything. No one does anything because they're Native, one, and because they're girls. So again, we keep focused, or they would like us to keep focused on one thing, one divide and conquer strategy, when what the fuck? If I am a 3 musketeers, one for all and all for one. If I'm down to protest, I'm all for peaceful protest, but we're going to do it for everyone, for equality and justice for all of us. And that transcends race and religion. And we're talking more about gender and more about protecting the vulnerable in our children. right? That we don't see in this country really, and women's rights, I suppose, the right to vote. Except here's the thing: in this country, if you given the right to vote, is again just something that makes you feel like you're in power. It doesn't do a damn thing. If it did, we wouldn't have it. If it actually made a difference, we wouldn't be able to do it. Right? This is again almost, it is like an us versus them, but it's almost more of an energy, right? An entity, not pointing fingers at individuals, at the whole thing, the system, how it was built from the lower vibrational energies and coming together. But again, we can't do that until we're together, until we're balanced. That's where all of the light workers now, you can feel it, this coming together. And I bet, Mark, you can feel it. And Kayla, you too, probably, this, you know, it's coming where there's work coming. There's things to be said. It's just not quite yet. It's still us finishing up our healing, right? And this is what we're doing. We're fighting for Gaia and all of humanity. And it is galactic. It's a galactic battle. We have a lot of galactic support in this, which, you know, is going to be seen as well and was kept very quiet. If you guys have been with me for a while, I know Mark has. I said months ago that something with aliens, ETs, UFOs would come in April, and it did. And almost no one heard about it. Everybody was too distracted by Corona. See, that's the other thing to think about with mass media is it's all controlled information. You're only going to get what's enough to feed that fear, to keep you locked in fear, to keep you controlled. Let's get some soul guidance. Sorry for my rants, kind of. Oh my gosh. I love spirit, you guys. I can't even. So, you know, I said mental slavery. We have to free our minds. It's the thoughts, it's the belief systems. Bob Marley, what did he say? You know, none but you can save your mind. What comes out? Third eye vision. Reclaim your mind. It's going back to that inner knowing, that deep knowing that came out in the other deck of the answers are inside of you. The truth is inside of you, but we must break through those mental chains that keep us enslaved. And it isn't, again, a racial thing. It isn't even a gender thing, is it? It's all of us. All of us, in some way, shape, or form, have been programmed, have been traumatized in order to have been made to keep ignorant. Y'all know I call the education system the indoctrination system. I was a teacher in it for 15 years. It is the blatant programming of children. It is the spoon feeding of controlled information. We have to reclaim our minds. And I love the numbers too, 369, Tesla. The power of 369, pyramids. See things coming back around, coming through. And again, how do you know this? The answers are not outside of you. They're inside. That's that third eye. And then, oh my goodness, look, shield your energy. Look beneath the surface. Another 5. There's a shift again coming between taking things at face value, shallow 3D, right? And getting deeper. It's time to move deeper into what this really is. And to me, that's energy. We know it's all about energy. It's about removing the physical body from the equation, and let's talk about energy. All right. I don't know. Spirit, what else? Let's see. I'm going to just pull a few tarot, ask a few questions in terms of the full moon. Let's see. Spirit, what's being revealed during this full moon? Ooh. Okay. I love that. The Hermit came out again. It came out in reverse, and you guys know I don't usually read reversals, but what I'm getting is what's being revealed is one, it could be what's being revealed is that this is internal, as a collective. What's being revealed could be something you know internally, something maybe you've seen in meditation, or you're getting signs and synchronicities, but you haven't seen it in the physical. In reverse, it kind of felt like, though, something coming out to me, if that makes sense. Like, again, the Hermit's very internal, very wise, but it's almost like with reverse, what I was getting is that wisdom, that knowledge of the Hermit that comes from inside is coming out as what's being revealed. And underneath, Five of Pentacles. So this is all about lack, right? This is lack perspective. This is fear. It's that root chakra energy, abandonment, all of these things, separation. So again, what could be being revealed is more of this separation program, believing that we're separate from each other, believing that we're separate from God, and that everything is outside of us, right? It's that, and I feel like that could be this wisdom being shared, possibly more and more light workers, right? Ascended ones starting to speak out instead of holding the wisdom in. What is this lunar eclipse concealing? Oh my. Ooh, interesting. Page of Cups. King of Wands underneath. Again, I got earth and air, or fire and water, elements coming like crazy. To me, the Page of Cups, why I said ooh, in what's being concealed is emotions and emotional immaturity. Possibly with this Page of Cups, it could be feelings. Individually, it could be, people who've kind of kept their feelings to themselves. With this King of Wands, could be a love thing, I suppose, for some people, of what you didn't know is someone's feelings for you coming to the surface. It could just be for us collectively that, again, that emotions, yeah, we're passionate, but we're emotionally immature in how we're dealing with things. And that's been concealed until now. And that could be to a lot of that. What's being revealed is that Hermit coming out of Hermit mode. It's pretty interesting. Tell us a little more about this Page of Cups. Seven of Wands shows up again, and Strength. Queen of Swords shows up again. All the elements showing themselves. The Seven of Wands in this deck to me is very much an energy, like I was saying, is standing your ground, shielding your energy, having the inner strength, maybe to open up, to communicate with this Queen of Swords, Page of Cups, communicate emotions. But again, with that Page of Cups being that emotional immaturity and Queen of Swords being kind of bitchy, see that where things might be a little bit rough in terms of communication. We've got Virgo, we've got Leo showing up. Two major arcanas that are very much about inner work, inner balance, inner strength. I love this card in this deck with this masculine and feminine energy in just this perfect balance. The Lamb too could be something with children with the Page of Cups for some. It's again, though, to me, like, look at her with the 7 of Wands of this inner strength, staying in that inner knowing, inner strength of what needs to be said or what needs to be done. What's being released during this full moon? What energy is being released during this full moon? What energy is being released during this full moon? Ooh, I like that. Beautiful. 6 of Swords. Love it. This is calmer waters, getting out of that 5 of Swords, going back and forth, back and forth. This is now, fuck it, let's move forward. It's enough. And the 10 of Swords comes out. This is the end of pain. This is the end of swords in the back, of just feeling dead. It's the cycle ending, and with the Knight of Pentacles, it's movement forward, but it's slow movement forward, right? So what I'm getting in terms of what's being released is a lot of mental shit. It's a lot of stopping with the replaying of stories and of thought patterns that hold us back and that just fucking hurt us, where we just keep kind of focused on the shit that hurts, right? Instead of the stuff that feels good. And it's going to be a slow, steady progress in the physical world in terms of the collective, in terms of our individual journeys. But that movement forward, that release of mental shit is happening during this full moon. And I love that. I definitely know it's on my full moon release list, which I write every full moon and I burn. And it's super fun and it feels amazing. Let's look at relationships. Maybe we'll do just a couple of quick things with like home and family, career, finances, and love, and see what kind of comes out overall for this full moon. So full moon, lunar eclipse, home and family, kind of energies. Maybe deal with home and family, what might be coming up. Home and family during the full moon, lunar eclipse, home and family. Of course it did. King of Wands likes to show up. I feel like that's that Sag energy. And I want to get one more with that. And you guys will laugh when you see King of Swords, Wands. Okay. Ooh, okay. So guess what came out? The 5 of Wands. Home and family. So I feel like, again, wherever there's been situations within the home, within family, relationships, dynamics, it could be father figure with this King of Wands. It could be a fire sign. It doesn't have to be any of that. But again, it's more to me the standing of your ground, of kind of getting to this place where you can't take it anymore. Like, I can't keep thinking about this shit over and over. Again, to me, with the swords and wands, it's that message coming through of focusing on what you want, what feels good, what you're passionate about, not the shit that hurts, right? And what else flew out? The 2 of Pentacles. Because there's that indecision, right? That back and forth. Which way do I go? Which way do I go? And it's almost like Spirit saying past or present, past or future, right? In this moment, you have a choice in the present moment. You can keep bringing up the past and staying stuck with it, which is that 5 of Swords energy, and it's exhausting. It's mentally and physically and emotionally exhausting. Or you can follow your heart, stand your ground like the King of Wands and follow your passion and your heart and the things that light you up. And it's like, see, that home and family coming through with that. But to me, it's more just relationships. However that is, whether it's family or significant other that you share a home with, It could be moving. It literally be home for some people this month in this full moon. Maybe we've been trying to decide to move, relocate, and we go back and forth because we've got these ties to this place kind of thing, right? We see that situation a lot, and especially right now with finances. People are in a lot of tough places and making decisions possibly to leave family, to move to family kind of stuff. We got the star under here. It could be an Aquarius, but doesn't have to be. This is dreams coming true. This is starseed energy, light worker energy. This is technology. Maybe it's a message again coming through of kind of like a dream come true that helps make, again, shows up to help you make that decision. Let's look at career and finances. Full moon. How may the full moon lunar eclipse affect career and finances? Full moon, solar eclipse, king of finances. Interesting. One more, please. Whoa. Too many. All right, let's start here and see. So we get the King of Swords. It's all over the place. Like, again, with those 4 elements, I'm really going to have a board meeting about that. King of Swords. So could be an air sign, but again, truth. Sometimes not pretty, but truth. And then 4 of Cups. And we're asking about career and finances. I feel like this is, again, a moment of, and it's very consistent. So it's really a lot about wherever individually you've been stuck, where you're not sure what's coming or which direction to go, kind of thing. Collectively, again, it's a lot about being stuck in the past for me, is the message coming through the energies. And this 4 of Cups is that same. It's that looking in the past instead of seeing what's right in front of you. And that the truth is right in front of you, kind of thing. And so with career and finances, it could be some things coming up where you realize, again, attachments of the past. There could be, like I said, Ace of Swords on the bottom, a lot of truth coming in and being revealed with this full moon and lunar eclipse of your path, of your career path. It could be soul mission, clarity with this, new ideas maybe of how to get excited. It could be people, some are, you're bored at work. Work is kind of just cold, blah, and there's some new ideas coming in for business. This is how things are going to work in New Earth, is there are contracts. It's a whole different way of doing things in terms of business and career and money, finances, right? A lot more on energy exchanges and honesty and excitement. The work comes from true passion. And that's what leads to these ingenious ideas, right? The invention, there's something coming through with that Star card, King of Swords, Ace of Swords, technology. Maybe this month and this full moon lunar eclipse is going to start to reveal some new technology for the collective. I don't know. It could be communication individually through technology in terms of career and finances. And let's look at love. How is this full moon affecting our love relationships? Half my deck. Half my deck. All right. These are the 4. 10 of Pentacles on the bottom. We saw it earlier. Love that. 10 of Cups. Again, wow. They've come out twice, 2 decks. So again, in terms of love and partnerships, these are, I feel like it's just not what's important, right? Wanting this, focused on this, Ace of Wands. Venus retrograde could be new beginnings, within our connections, within love, because we're communicating from a different place. What else flew up? The Five of Wands. So there we go with that drama again. Could be, just, again, I'm getting maybe a little bit of fighting in the past over shit that now we realize doesn't contribute to our happiness, to our success. It's old, it's done. And the King of Cups came out with the Ten of Cups. So what have we seen all four kings? I think the only king that hasn't shown up is the King of Pentacles. That to me too is a lot of divine masculines waking up, right, to their divinity, to being divine. But this is too emotional maturity. What really fills me up? What do I really want? Is none of this shit was contributing to that kind of thing coming through. So, and I'm just big communication. So it feels like to me, in terms of love, this full moon is again the consistent theme. Past being brought to the present, so we can let that shit go. So we can, and I love, as I say, at Six of Pentacles, balance things out. There's that equal exchange, giving and receiving. And we saw that with the Oracle card earlier, where in our relationships, we're going to be really pushed and things revealed that where we're imbalanced. Oh, look at what came out on the bottom, right? The divine, the masculine awakens. I feel like that this full moon is really challenging the masculines. And again, all of us in terms of passion, love, communication, vulnerability, speaking from the heart, a heart space, and being in a place of the past is the past, accepting what happened. Let's move the fuck forward. Right. And I love that. Super cool. Interesting. I wasn't planning to pull that way either. Could be for some with that, with your connection, if that's resonating, of a little external energy to distractions from the connection that maybe you realize, like, I could have put more attention into my connection coming through. So take that, like, yeah, it feels like a little bit of, how that goes. Of sometimes we're in these connections, but there's stuff, right? Energetically, whatever, there's stuff that we don't deal with and talk about. Instead, we kind of throw our attention other places. I'm getting just a little bit of this message of maybe seeing where we could have been more attentive to our partner, possibly, or spoke in a different way to our partner that didn't cause drama. There is this big message of how we speak to each other is really going to start shifting, start really looking at it. That's come through, I'll tell you guys, in private readings too, in terms of, like, even how we speak to our children. How do we speak to ourselves, right? Because I guarantee, if you really think about your self-talk, for a lot of people, it's harsh as fuck. And you wouldn't talk to a kid that way, but our childhoods and experiences and traumas that we've all had, all of us, contribute to that. And that's where it's going to start, is that self-talk. Then you start realizing there's something there. So take that for, what it is. And I'm going to ask Spirit one more. Incoming energies. Let's look at what's incoming as a result of the full moon releasing, revealing, reflecting, all of that good stuff. So what are the incoming energies? Incoming energies. The Page of Cups came out again. Communication. Ooh. Balance. A lot with kids. I don't know why I'm saying that, but maybe just younger. Okay. Okay. Choices. You're going to have choices. And that goes to that again. Remember, back to the indecision of things coming in, things being said, communication, where we know, where we have choices, we have options, and now we've got to choose, you know, make some choices. The Eight of Pentacles came out first, beautiful energy for incoming. This is the work paying off, hard work paying off, seeing things in the physical. Could be you feeling really more focused on work after this full moon because it's draining, right? Page of Cups came out. Communication with the Nine of Swords to clarify. This is, again, to me, a lot of communicating about shit, the hard stuff, the painful stuff, getting it out so that we can release it and feel more centered and grounded with this Four of Pentacles. We can feel more within ourselves. She's alone, but see how she's the Four of Pentacles. To me, a lot of readers say it as holding on, and that's not an energy I really have ever gotten from the Four of Pentacles. To me, the Four of Pentacles is protection of self, holding on in the sense of holding things close. And again, in that sense of self-protection, to keep yourself balanced, to hold yourself sacred, first and foremost, right? And protect what's yours, the work. So what I'm getting is, again, there's communication, there's healing, and that communication does not have to be physical. It can be from spirit. It can be your meditation, intuition. It could be a sign or a synchronicity, right? But there's something that's showing up, incoming, as a result of your hard work, that is this release. It is this release of the Nine of Swords, the headspace again, right? That has you feeling more balanced, more centered, more grounded. And I love that energy coming in. So we'll see what happens. I think that's about it. Anything you guys have? Any questions? Anything you want me to ask or pull a card for? Shout at me real quick, or I will wrap it up. I love coming on here. I just still don't know, like, I'm not a ton of views or anything, and it's not really growing. I'll be honest with you guys. I've sat here while the computer's been broke, thinking about just not doing it on YouTube anymore, because I've been kind of, it's my own thing, frustrated of a lack of growth of the channel. Yeah, okay. Mark reminded me, make sure to like and subscribe and share and hit the bell. And I'm really, really shitty about saying that on video. Thanks, Mark. Suppose I need to, it would help to promote myself a little bit, but I'm not there of quitting yet in any kind of way. But I'm definitely in a place of playing more about what I'm putting out, and maybe shifting things up a little bit. So we'll just see. Thank you, Mark and Kayla and Melissa, who was on but had to go because she's in Australia and time change is time change. But thank you guys. You're always jumping on with me, and I love you so much. I'm so grateful for your support. Oh, Kayla, thank you. Just shouting it out, telling people to go subscribe. That's, I think, in my mind, and always keeping it real. And it might be a shitty way of thinking, and you guys can call me out. But like, I'm kind of like, how hard is it to hit the subscribe button? Like, you're not. It's just showing support for people, right? And I do it when I watch videos. I make sure I hit like. I make sure I share people with my friends and my family and all of that stuff. And, so maybe it's more of me just not fucking worrying about it, and it's trusting it's all coming in, right, y'all? A card for you, Mark. I got you. Yeah, let's pull a card for Mark, Spirit. Message for Mark. Full moon message for Mark. Full moon message for Mark. Full moon message for Mark. Whoa, they gave me a whole lot. Hold on. Full moon message for Mark, please. What message do you have for Mark? That came out twice, so that's definitely your card, boo. One clarifier, please. Sag energy, you got Temperance. Let's just see what comes out on the bottom. 10 of Wands, Temperance. Love that. So you got Sag energy with the full moon and Sag, a balance. And look at this card, how it literally has like the eclipse on it. It's something's lifting, something you're going to release, a burden. Wonder what's underneath. Chariot, 10 of Wands, Temperance. For your full moon message to me is you are about to maybe have an understanding, a knowing, whether that's internal or external, of where you've been held back and movement forward coming in. That's what I feel. So we shall see. And you can message me on IG and we can talk anytime. So again, love you guys. Thank you so much. And you'll be seeing me on IG. I'll probably do some full moon stuff there tomorrow. And that's about it. Love y'all. Bye.